Hey guys, just want to give you some quick insight on what it's like when you're trying to send stuff into the PSA. So the way I do it to make things expedient, and I can make things more expedient because I could do my multiple of the same entries at once, but because of how I do my videos, I have to do them in groups of 20, so that way people can guess the grades accurately. So one of the things I do is I run dual monitor setup. So I've got eBay up so I can just get to PSA labeled cards, so I can use the information off their PSA label to speed up the process of finding that exact label and card on the PSA system. So then I've got my other monitor right here. As I'm filling out the PSA order, as you can see, I'm decently far in. I'm at 54 cards, doing the 55th. And you would think that once you put 1999 Pokemon Blastoise 2, and granted, even if it brought up, look at all the options it brings up. It brings up options that aren't even 1999. And so let me see what happens. Sometimes you have to be either really specific on the PSA site, or sometimes you need to be like super, super general. And like, this is what I mean. And that's what some people mean when they have like frustration trying to figure out the system. Okay, so I still have 1999, and okay, so that fixed it. So even though I had 1999 Pokemon Game 2 Blastoise, uh, the, it has to be before. So this is one we want. So yeah, this is what I mean. And so, yeah, sure. I believe mine, I'm guessing, should be a PSA 7 to 8, which of course is going to be more than $199, but I'm doing the economy thing, so I'm willing to wait for the PSA, so I'll probably get these cards in the year 2050. But the thing is I take other cards that aren't a value of 199, but I still put it so that way the entire thing is still insured. And this is for the resend back from the PSA insurance. I still have to do my insurance for USPS sending to them, which what I'm also doing. So what works out great is an Elite Trainer box pretty much fits cards and top loaders perfectly. So I fill out the stuff. So I just filled out this Blastoise. So I take this Blastoise and I slip it in, and it slips in perfectly. And they're in order of how I've been doing them. So this is the first card I've put in the PSA order, followed by the last card so far. And this is the ETB. This is Burning Shadows. But what I've done is that everyone knows that Pokemon cards have a lot of value, including like your Postman. I went ahead, empty. I spray painted the outside of it, so it just looks like a nice solid red box. And when it slips over, it'll slip over just perfect, and it won't damage any of the cards at all. And so they're totally secure side to side. It's not wanting to fully go down, but it will go fully down, and it won't damage any of the top loaded cards. It's just my hands are full. So I'm holding the phone for this, but it will go down without damaging the cards. The paint's adding a little bit of friction. The paint is still, it's not super fresh, it's just having a hard time to dry, but it's on the outside anyway, so it's not going to affect any of the cards inside the box. But yeah, I went ahead and made sure I covered up all the things that showed this was a Pokemon box. The only way it'll, be clear to anyone that it's a Pokemon box when it's being sent is it's going to be, the address showing that it's going to the PSA facility. But I'd say there's very little chance that every last mailman's going to know that's the PSA facility. And then this just looks like a general box. So that helps out a lot with security purposes. Plus, I'm going to go ahead and max the insurance on this. Although the insurance really won't fully cover the value, it just makes the USPS take the package really seriously. So with this box being insured for $5,000, it'll definitely make sure it gets to its location. And I'm probably going to be able to fit about 100 cards in here. I'm at 55 right now. I should be able to hit 100, and that should actually fill it up to the max just perfect, so that way nothing slides around, and I'm just sending 100 cards at once. The only issue that sucks about this is the PSA is going to charge me for all 100 cards, which is roughly going to be a grand charge, not including either insurance. So I'm looking at, with my shipping and the PSA's reshipping and insurance, I'm probably going to pay $1,150 for all 100 cards to be graded and shipped securely. But I really don't have to sweat anything at that point, because if anything gets lost, I'm pretty much completely covered, and even more so on the PSA insurance. I wish USPS would do the same insurance level and same cost. Just somehow the PSA, their insurance level costs way less for the amount you can get insured. And there's some other reasons I explained in other videos to why it's okay to insure each item below its value as long as you have other cards that you insure above their value in the package. Because what will happen is, let's say you have a Charizard that's worth like $600 and you can only insure it for 199 via the PSA unless you use a higher service. But if you're just trying to, do things economically and take a few risks, you can insure the Charizard for $199 and you have to put in a 20 card minimum anyway. So you go ahead and slip in a couple of cards, like some newer cards that are going to be a future investment, and you go ahead and insure them for $199 each, but they're really only worth $50 each. Well, each one, now you're covering your basis by an extra $150. And the reason why that works out is because if the whole pack, the only way you're going to lose that base set Charizard is if you lose the whole package. If just that individual base set Charizard is missing, that means it was robbed either from the PSA or from the delivery service the PSA used, which causes so many more ethical issues, and you can pretty much sue anyway. So no matter what, you have your bases covered, and you might as well do that. Don't let them, because there's always a chance the PSA may actually take your card, although I figured it's very, very, very low. They don't want to ruin their reputation with that basis. But they would refund you your $199 for that one base set Charizard that happens to go missing out of the entire package of all your cards that weren't worth that much money. But that would just be a straight lawsuit. As much as they would file, oh, it's under our terms and regulations. Yeah, you had it insured, but it wasn't insured to its maximum value. That's not our fault. You read our terms and services. No, it's just a straight lawsuit. Those are just general terms and legal terms used to try and protect yourself and just kind of scare away and shoo away people who may want their money. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to fill this box, which should be about 100 cards, top loaded. I should be able to still fit all the shipping documents that are needed inside and out. And then it's a very non-conspicuous box, although it is a very shiny, glossy box. But yeah, and you just have the USPS pick it up at your house, or you can take it to the facility yourself. It's really no big deal. And yeah, that's how I kind of do the PSA orders and kind of speed things up. Granted, if I didn't have to do the way I do it for videos, I could have sped it up a little bit more, because you can just hit quantity of the amount of the card that you're sending in. But either way, it lets me go over each card individually and check for any errors I may have missed to increase the value of the card, because there's small misprints that can really increase things. But that's really about it. I hope this is helpful, and I hope, if you're going to do this, you look into getting a dual monitor setup, and it will speed things up drastically. Thanks.